Hi, I hope you're enjoying Think and Grow Rich. I have my copy here. As you can see, it's kind of worn. I've read it a lot of times. I even read it for my kids when I'm going to put them to bed, puts them to sleep like that. But I want to show you kind of the 13 principles. I mean, this book was written about 80 years ago. So a lot of people think that how can this actually be applicable today? And I get the thought, but let's look at this together. Here, I'll open the contents here. So the overview contents. The 13 steps he mapped out. This is what's so exciting. They are completely applicable today. They are 100% applicable. Yes, some of the examples in the book are a bit outdated, so you'll have to translate the examples to today. But if we look at some of these steps, desire, the first step to riches. Absolutely. And it's as he says, your desire has to grow into a burning obsession. This property journey, this should be what you're passionate about. This should be, reaching your goal, to live your dream life, to live, have everything you want. Like for me, I want to spend more time with my kids, my family, and I have the freedom to do that. You might want to, you might be looking for the same, or you want to travel, you just want to get out of your job, or you want to work with charity, you want to have an impact in the world, you want to be able to start a company, whatever it is that is your passion, fan that flame into a burning desire, into an obsession, because that will drive you, that will allow you to do the little extra. I'm a huge fan, as I think you know, of Tony Robbins. And at his Unleash the Power Within events, which is one of the best events in the world, he talks about your ability to focus on your goal and to really build your passion about something, and the difference between doing something good and doing something extraordinary. The difference is it's a difference. But the reward is completely disproportionate. But what really happens is when you do something outstanding, which is just a little better. When you are outstanding, you get paid. Even though you're like 2% better than those who are extraordinary, being outstanding gives you completely disproportionate results. And that's what's so exciting. Your obsession, getting this desire, this first step right, will allow you to be outstanding. And that will allow you to get returns like no one else. People will turn to you instead of other people. That's where they'll want to invest. That's the one they want to work with. So that's really, really powerful. Faith. Faith is just as important today as it ever was. And we're learning more about it. We're learning more about the science behind things like the law of attraction and how things are pulled into your life. So having faith in your ability, in the greater universe, in your focus, absolutely, 100%, that's applicable. And there are so many tools you can use. We show you in the goal setting course, we showed you in goal setting mastery, you learned how to start activating a lot of this. So go back into the goal setting mastery and use a lot of these tools. Auto-suggestion, I talk about that as well in Goal Setting Mastery. It's one of the most powerful tools to make yourself feel better, keep yourself positive and believing yourself. Because that's how, propaganda, that's how propaganda works. The more times you tell people something, the more they believe it. Even if the first time they heard it, well, that's obviously not true. But if you hear it enough, all of a sudden it becomes the truth. So if you tell yourself day in and day out, you're amazing. You're amazing. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I'm going to be financially free. I'm a property investor. I'm a property investor. I'm a property investor. It becomes true. It becomes your identity. And it feels good. You can see, I just pump myself up right there. It works. It's ridiculous. It feels stupid, but it works. You're feeding yourself propaganda, but positive propaganda. Now, specialized knowledge. Is specialized knowledge something we need? Absolutely. Look at the Getting Started checklist. How many of these people that we tell you to contact, that's specialized knowledge. Get your accountant, get your sourcing agent, get your local power team, get your national power team. Without these people, you're not going to be a successful property investor. You need to have specialized knowledge as well, absolutely, but you are going to be more general. As he says, you learn the general knowledge. You learn the principles of property investing. You learn the overall running of the business. That's what this course is about. And then you get the specialized knowledge, the sourcing agent who finds you the deal, the builder who builds the property or refurbs the property, the solicitor that pulls you through legally the purchase process, and so on. You hire them to be the specialized knowledge. You, instead, go out and run the business. So that's what's so exciting. Imagination. Now, imagination. How does imagination apply to property? How does imagination apply to us as property investors? Is it applicable? Of course it is. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this, right? But of course it is. Because as a property investor, what we do, we're seeing opportunities where others don't. You get a deal from one of your sourcing agents, and what they've helped you see, what they're seeing for you is, this property could be this. This property that is a home right now could be transformed into an HMO that would make you an amazing return. And you see this at an even higher level. You're looking at, I can take one of the 25 sources of finance, put it together with its deal, and create an income stream. And with that income stream, I can create this future, this business, this life for myself. Your ability to see where all these small parts, all these tools, all these things you have in this course, how they come together to build your future, that's imagination. That's vision. And that is something you have. That is your superpower here. That is your superpower to boost yourself and pull you in through this journey. It's a very powerful ability. And organized planning. We talk about this in the time management webinar that you've gotten in Time Management Mastery. We show you how to plan your days, how to plan your time. That's what he's talking about in step 6, organized planning. Use this tool, use it and implement it and see yourself become more efficient, get more done. So you see how this kind of goes. If you have a burning obsession that this is what you're going to do. You have the faith, kind of the naive faith that things are going to work out and that you're going to reach your goal, as well as using your self-propaganda, auto-suggestions to program yourself to believe this, getting the right people to be your team with the specialized knowledge, and you being able to see the mission, the vision, where you're going, and having the ability to plan to make you as efficient as possible to reach it. You see how this kind of flows into each other? This is why this book is so iconic and it's so relevant even today. Just go to the next step, decision. So what is your decision? Are you going to do this? A wonderful video that me and my colleagues used to watch when I was back in my job. At a time I was in sales. And every morning, my boss, he would show me a video. And it's a speech by Alec Baldwin. So Alec Baldwin, the movie is called Glengarry Glen Ross. And it's about this group of salespeople. They're really run down. They're not doing well. Their lives are pretty horrible. You follow this journey. But what happens is you see they bring in Alec Baldwin down from the main office to come and give them a pep talk. And it's not much of a pep talk, but he talks about he calls it the ABCs. Always be closing, always be closing. But it's such a great part. And one of the things he says is decision. Have you made your decision? That is the key to success. And if you haven't watched it, search for Glengarry Glen Ross, Alec Baldwin. It's very inspirational. It's kind of crazy and it's very, very, tough on, but it's about this decision. I would listen to that every morning. I'd get fired up. I would say, yes, I've made my decision. I'm going to do this. My success is up to me. And that is your decision. Your success is up to you. If you do this, you can succeed. Persistence. Well, yeah, we've talked about that, haven't we? You remember in our webinar, the one you joined before this course, you saw the challenges I've had on my journey, how difficult this has been for me to reach my goal. Well, why am I here? Well, that is step 8 in Think and Grow Rich, persistence. Every setback is a chance to learn. Brian Tracy always says that inside of a problem is a gift. And the problem is the wrapping. So you unwrap unwrap it, and inside, that's the gift. That's the lesson to learn. And I've had a lot of lessons, but it's thanks to the lessons that I now can teach. Because if I had just done property deals that have gone well, what would I be here saying? Oh yeah, just buy a property. It's fine. How hard can it be, right? Just buy one and you'll be fine. But it's not. You have to have the ability. You have to have the knowledge. You have to have the team. You have to have the skill. You have to have the courage. You have to have the persistence. And that, thanks to me having my tough journey, I can now help you with that, and I can help you avoid some of the mistakes that I made. And that will make your journey easier and quicker. So persistence is persistence is, to me, nothing happens without persistence. You won't reach your goal if you don't persist until you get there. But if you persist, no one can stop you. You become a force of nature. You're unstoppable. The power of the mastermind, the 9th step to riches, according to Napoleon Hill, is the power of the mastermind. Gathering up people, like-minded individuals, to support you on this journey. Well, why do you think we created the Facebook group? Why do you think we created that community? That's your mastermind right there. Every morning you got videos. Every week you got Q&As. Continuously you got coaching. You have a place to ask questions. People are sharing. That is your community. That is your mastermind. The mastermind principle is so powerful. And for our inner circle mastermind members, we work with them every week to improve and learn. And it's such a powerful way to have like-minded individuals who are pushing on the same journey as you as a community. So make sure you've joined the Facebook group. International Property Investors is there. The group of all the members, they're there to help you. Now, the 10th step, the mystery of sex transmutation. Well, this is kind of taboo today. This is nothing we really want to talk about. But the lesson here, the lesson here in this one, and it's the 10th step, what is interesting is that most people are successful late in life. Yes, we hear about the Bill Gates, the Mark Zuckerberg, these people who become millionaires, even billionaires before the age of 30. But you know what? Most people become really successful after the age of 50. You know, Ray Kroc was not a young man when he started McDonald's. He was getting up there. I believe he was around 50 when he started McDonald's. And he'd been just been a door-to-door sales rep essentially his entire life. And all of a sudden he shifted over and he created one of the most iconic businesses in the world. And that is because as you go later, you're not chasing, as you grow older and you grow more mature, this is my interpretation of this now, is you're not chasing the small things as much. You know, you're not fighting for these issues. It's not about being the coolest guy in the gang or getting all the girls or having the nicest car. I mean, for some people it still is, but it's about who you are, what you're passionate about, and where you want to go. And that's where I believe that the sex transmutation, instead of chasing sex, I'm sorry, this is taboo, but I told you I'm going to be sharing this, and this is what it's called. Instead of chasing that, you're chasing your dreams, your future. You're thinking about the legacy you're going to be passing on to your children and your family. So that is why this is such a powerful step. And the subconscious mind, all of this will start programming you on a subconscious level that you are successful. This is just who you are. You are a property investor. You are amazing. You are financially free. You are a skilled, valuable individual, and you will reach your goal. That becomes a part of your identity when you implement these. And the brain, the brain and the sixth sense, this is what starts happening when you tap into all these things. You get connected. You start seeing things that they've always been there, but that you haven't recognized before. You start drawing them to you, people, opportunities. I mean, that's why you're here. You drew this opportunity to you. For some reason, this attracted you. This dream, this goal, this mission, it attracted you. And that is why you're here. That is why you've joined. So think about that for a sec. Start implementing these 13 steps. They are as applicable today as they were ever. And there is nothing that can hold you back from your goal. So continue this journey. Continue to do it. We're there for you. Please connect with us in the group. Good luck.